found himself standing on the side of a long, long road. The tiny frog's wide mouth fell open in amazement as he watched all the traffic zoom by. He tried singing again. La 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 la. But it was no good. The tiny voice of the tiny frog was swallowed up in all the noise around him. Better keep going, the tiny frog said to himself. I've got to find another pond before nighttime. Then he felt one drop, and then 2 drops. Then 3 drops of rain land on the tip of his nose. Here it comes, he said to himself. And the water got deeper and deeper so that soon the little frog wasn't walking. He was paddling. And then he wasn't paddling. He was swimming. And then he found his pond. Outside a large important-looking building, the rain had made a huge, huge puddle. It ran all over the pavement and out into the road, so that whenever a car went through, anyone passing by got really soaked. And this, thought the frog happily, will be my new home. And he began to sing once again. La 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 la, la 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 la. Up and up the tiny frog's little tune rose between the big city buildings and headed for a little patch of starlit sky a million
De aquí
miles above him.
allá.
Up and up until it
Se
floated
fue la
to the
bebé.
window of a huge room
Le
where a
llegó a
huge
sus
man
juguetes.
sat behind a huge
Sí,
desk.
mi amor.
Listen to that voice, said the huge man, and he rushed to the window and stuck out his head to listen some more. La 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 la, sang the frog from way down below. I want that voice for my next show, said the huge man. I need that voice for my next show. Get me that voice. Many weeks later, back in the park, all the other frogs were gathered around a scrap of paper that had blown out of one of the trash cans. There on the front page was a photo of the tiny frog. It's him, said the biggest frog of all. What's he doing in the paper? The other frog said.
Aixa,
But of course, none of the frogs
Mommy.
could read. And if they had been able
¿qué
to read,
haces?
the frogs would have seen that the headline read, Frog sings in front of the president. So they never knew that the tiny